name is Juliana. I was born in 1992. I was born from HIV positive parents. I lost my mother in 1995 when I was 3 years. I lost my dad in 1996. As I grew up, I kept on going in and out of the wards. Like, I was always admitted. I could spend a week home, and then the other 3 weeks or of a month I'll spend in a hospital, like 2 days home, 3 days in a hospital. So that was basically my life. Most of my life I used to spend in Ward 5. When I was 10 years, I was admitted in Nyanza PGH. That was the hospital that I used to be admitted in. So Dr. Juliana, the pediatrician, Dr. Juliana Otieno, she's the medical superintendent of Nyanza Provincial General Hospital in Kisumu. She went through my file and she asked questions about my health, because my file was so abnormally big, and my face was also familiar in the hospital, and because of course we shared the first name, Juliana, so she was interested in me, and she looked at the history, and because she's a doctor, I think she related them clinically with HIV, and she suggested that test to be done. So the counselor sat down and started telling me, God loves you so much, Juliana. That is why today we found that the disease that has been so wrong with you, that it keeps on taking you to wards, and we can stop it, of course. We can stop it so that you can go to school every day and the rashes will go away. It found that I had so much fresh wounds all over my body. You can still see the black spots. They told me that there were drugs that of course I will take every day of my life, and I won't have to go to the hospital. I won't be sick anymore. So I decided that if those drugs will help me, will dry my wounds, my herpes will dry up and will go away. I won't have any more TB, no more bronchitis, no more oral thrush. I will eat well, and of course I will go to school. Why not? I will take anything. I'll take the drugs. So that was my motivation. I was on 25 tablets at that time. So when the next day the baseline tests were done, that the CD4 was done, and the ALT creatinine and the full hemogram, and everything was low. But at least I didn't have any liver problems. So it will be convenient for me to be started on ARV, so that because the liver was not affected, so it will just work just fine. So I was initiated on ARVs. I had a CD4 of 4. That's why I think I had so many opportunistic infections. Considering adherence, it's so hard to work to build your CD4 from 4 to 500 in something like people talk about you, and then you just go down like that, I felt it was a stupid reason. That's why I got my motivation that nothing that somebody will say. If anything, I will go and say myself that I'm HIV positive. So what do you want? I can't change anything about that. So if you can't accept me the way I am, then you will have to leave me alone. At least don't stigmatize me. Sometimes I want to breathe. I want to feel how it feels like not to be on drugs. Because some of us that were on those drugs since they were 1 year, 2 years, PCR 6 weeks positive, they were on ARVs already. So it's hectic. They feel that they are bored. They don't want the drugs anymore, and they want to take holiday. That's when we get that a lot of children at 12 years take a drug holiday that I also took at one time when I was 12. I felt that I was doing fine, and I've taken them for a year and some months. And how does it feel not to be on these drugs? Do people really get sick and they want to experiment? So that's it. So I changed school, finished my 4th form. Now I work as a volunteer. I was trained in early infant diagnosis by the CDC team, and I work as a volunteer at Nyanza PGH, that is the MCH of Nyanza Provincial General Hospital. I'm also a peer educator. I'm also a trained counselor. I do HIV testing and counseling, especially among youths and adolescents, because we understand each other better. If you have any problems, I also talk about my experiences in school. I share with my team, the ones that are coming up. the ones that are in high school, in primary school, and I told them this is how you have to do it, because they believe that I'm more experienced in this, and how did I deal with it? They want to know. So that's it. Today my CD4 count is 820. During my work with this, I enjoy sharing my story. I'm not afraid to do it in the media. So when I do this and I share my story, I get exposed, and groups are able to access me. So that's how I got to know NEFAC, and that is the network of people living with HIV and AIDS. And they recognized me in a conference championing women's leadership to end AIDS, and it was a big, beautiful glass, and it's written championing women's leadership to end AIDS. And we were also given this bag. It was written like this. See how beautiful it is? Yeah.